Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next reaction to 911 Lone Star Season 1. The last episode that we watched was the 5th episode of the season called Studs. And that episode had some fun stuff about like a male strip club, this place where there was bull stuff that was flying around everywhere. But it had some really important storylines as well. So we had like the chemotherapy affecting, well, we thought it was a chemotherapy affecting, what's his name? Owen. I'm going to call him Strand, but I need to remember his name. Owen Strand. His ability to perform in the boudoir and meeting this woman who was really awesome and understanding of his problems and thinking it was just like a performance issue because of age and just the way they worked through that. And I'm hoping she comes up again because there seemed to be a real good spark between the two, and it'd be nice to see him maybe get into a relationship after everything he's been through, and she can help support him with the chemo and the rest of the cancer journey. On top of that, the biggest storyline for me, the one that was the hardest one to watch, was Paul met a woman, had a major connection with her, major spark, went on a date, there was a lot of sexual tension, they had great chemistry, it was all brilliant, until she found that he was a trans man, and then basically said, I can't deal with it, and I don't want to, be in this relationship. And it was so hard to watch because it's a real problem for trans people. I know people that are, and it's a real problem. They're always scared to sometimes be themselves because they don't want to be judged based on that, and they don't want to be discounted based on that. Like the woman in the episode said, "You're my perfect man, but because you're trans, I can't do it." And so it was a really difficult one to watch, but really important message to people who maybe have not experienced that kind of thing in their life, who don't know much about trans issues. And it was powerful, and I'm hoping that Paul finds happiness at some point because Paul is precious. As I put in the little line about last episode, because I put like a line or one little line for every episode when I upload to YouTube or Patreon, like a little funny line or something like that, and it was, Paul is precious and must be protected at all cost. He seemed like such a nice man, and so he deserves some happiness. And so let's find him a nice woman, if he's into women, or a nice person for him to fall in love with and be all happy and live together forever, because Paul is lovely. And yeah, I loved him so much. This next episode is episode 6, or we're past the halfway point now, and it's called Friends Like These. It's a very generic title that could mean anything. It could maybe be about people supporting Owen through his chemo, and is usually the title always, as I say in the original 911 reactions as well, the title tends to refer to the different calls that go on as well. So like last episode it was studs as in strippers, studs as in animal things, and all that kind of jazz. So friends, maybe your friends hurt each other, maybe it's who needs enemies when you've got friends like these. So maybe people betray each other. I have no idea. Let's jump into the episode to find out. What I would like to know, actually, I'd like to see more about Iris this episode because it's slow progress on that storyline, but also I'd like to spend more time with, did they say his name was Mateo? Proby. I just know a little bit more about his backstory, a bit more about him, because he's not had a lot of time with him yet to get to know much more about his story. So I'd like to know a bit more about who he is and his life, and just more about him because he's a cutie. So yeah, let's jump into the episode to find out. If you enjoyed the video, please leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the reaction. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and please take a look at the Patreon link down below to watch a full-length reaction to this episode. Let's jump into 911 Lone Star Season 1, Episode 6. What's it called? Friends Like These.
Now I recognize you. Taylor Underwood?
Yes.
Tina Hoffman.
She a celebrity?
Oh my god, Tina! I haven't seen you since
9th grade.
Oh, they went to school together.
Right?
seriously.
Do you remember having sleepovers and watching Lord of the Rings every single weekend? My mom would come in the morning.
You think you would recognise her if you were that close to have sleepovers every weekend?
Yes. We could have a couple beers, catch up. TNT could ride again.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I don't really drink.
That sounds like a
and,
no.
I'd have to check my calendar.
Yeah, I get it. Blowing me off.
I am not.
Just like when you transferred to Tory Prep and you blew me off. All of those stuck-up
This is inappropriate.
Maybe I got sick and tired of spending every Saturday night watching fairies and wizards. At some point,
God, I'm
you have to live
cringing.
a life.
Wow.
But I really do need you to charge this for me.
You got it, Your Highness.
Look, I didn't mean it.
What's the road? What? Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa.
What
Hey, can you fly down?
Yeah, well, what about her?
We'll get her next. Come on, let's get medical and check you out.
You just hold on.
I don't have high hopes for her.
My fault, I distracted her.
Ma'am, slow down. This was a
Oh, colours are so hot.
Yeah, no, the Bettina's
Seriously.
more than that. I distracted her. Now,
Let's not assume the worst.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
You see me? Just focus on me, okay? Look at my eyes.
She's got a really reassuring voice.
BP's 81/42 and dropping fast.
She's chiller, okay? She's okay, honey. Oh, stay with me. Can you hear me?
Hurry up, we're losing her.
Damn it.
I'm type O, O negative. That means I'm a universal donor. I can donate to anybody, right?
What's your name?
I was going to say, when she did blood.
Transfusion's risky for both of you, you understand?
Just trying to help my friend.
Oh, now you're a friend.
Get the transfusion kit.
Cat,
She's doing a good
I'm not
thing.
seriously thinking of doing it person to person. I mean, protocols.
If we follow protocol, she's gonna be gone before we get her out of this car.
Taylor's good, but almost nothing from the driver.
Come on, Tina.
I bet you'd feel so guilty though because you distracted her
Wait, I got enough.
after having an argument with her.
Yeah.
Tina!
Okay, good.
TNT.
Yes, TNT.
More copyrighted music that YouTube is gonna hate.
You sticking around after a 24-hour shift? Don't you have any friends, Proby?
What's the problem? My academy written exam is this week.
I
It's
wanna.
hard to study with roommates playing beer pong all night.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll crush.
Glad someone thinks so. Every time I've taken it, I've bombed it, so.
Oh,
Then you better bust your ass.
come on, Proby.
There ain't nothing to be afraid
So I
of.
hope you find out more about him.
Here, I thought y'all were my friends.
I'll play.
uh,
Unless you don't want me to.
no, it ain't that. It's just, I don't. I hate your scene, Cap. That's all. It's just a bunch of Texas roughnecks talking smack and drinking cheap beer.
Thought it was supposed to be a friendly game,
I
Judge.
was gonna say it doesn't
It'd be
sound
fun to
pleasant.
hang out with the locals, play little cards.
Captain Strand, I didn't know you'd be coming.
Neither did I.
I really like Grace. I don't know what it's about her. She's just.
You are an even braver man than I thought.
Oh, don't worry about me.
just really like her.
I'm limited Atlantic City.
You're not gonna tell the man?
Oh,
What?
I was gonna tell him, but it wasn't a good time.
Now's a good time. How about now? I vote for now.
So my buddy Billy Tyson, he hates your guts.
I've never
Oh.
met Billy Tyson.
All right, so maybe he doesn't hate you, but he hates the idea of you. You got the job, now he's captain over at 121.
The 121 downtown? It's the biggest station in Travis County. Worked out better for him.
Yeah, you could say that.
So it'll be a little awkward, but probably not personal.
Okay,
The looks on their face says, be scared.
All play nice.
Oh, it's him. I've seen him in things before. I don't like him.
Ronnie, do the smart thing, just fold already.
I don't know why.
Y'all know I couldn't have your nuts in a jar. You keep giving me all your money.
It's not too late to fix that.
Fix what?
Male pattern baldness does not
No.
have to be your destiny.
Stop it.
I have a doctor here, Dr. Kopian.
All right, let's focus.
Please,
Like a
God,
hair
stop
doctor?
talking. It's so patronizing.
Hey, New York. Call razor fold. I don't bother too much with surface level concerns like appearances.
Yeah, the camo hat made the point for you.
Oh, it's on now.
All right, boys.
Be nice.
Remember, we're all friends here.
Speak for yourself, Judd.
Seriously.
Here we go.
Flush.
He's gonna win it.
Flush.
Oh.
Ace high. This is something I picked up in Atlantic
He's
City.
not gonna like that.
Squeeze your core, generate a little flop sweat. Great way to get a workout in. Take a sucker's money.
Let's not start a
I don't know
fight.
about y'all, but I love this guy.
Oh.
That was poetry, man.
Calling me corrected. Jesus.
Want you to be a study buddy.
Help
On
him.
Shift, off shift, round the clock until he takes that test.
Like a babysitting detail?
Look, you had the highest scores of anybody in this house when you took the test in Miami. You only missed one question. It's better than I did.
I appealed that actually, and they amended it.
Well, it's unseemly. He fails this time. He's out for good.
Hopefully he'll get it.
I'm gonna need a major credit card. I'm gonna have to make a lot of copies.
Probably dyslexic. Came up in his interview.
This is his last chance to pass the test before he washes out.
Be a team. Help each other out. Come
What do you
on.
need us to do?
Hey.
Everybody is going to record themselves reading a different section of the manual for him to listen to. So everybody warm up those pipes and get reading.
I'm enjoying this. I just like seeing them
Sodium
working together
is
as
an
a team.
example of a combustible metal classified as D fuels.
I'm just impressed you managed to get out that dank-ass mildew smell.
Ooh, took bleach. A lot of bleach. People perform at a higher level when they feel valued.
And what's that say? I can't even
That's
get
true.
a plumber out to the 121, fix a men's crapper.
Did your pro be out to watch a YouTube tutorial?
Touche.
It's very true though, as a business, if you make your employees feel like they're respected and
Captain Braxton
valued, he said,
would be spinning.
and you give them something back, they will do a lot more work for you, absolutely.
Communication benefits everybody.
Y'all cultural elites are so worried about offending people, you're scared of your own shadow. I totally got you, New York.
You got me, Texas. I think this is going to be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Maybe.
911,
I'm
what's
still
your
suspicious.
You know you have really big muscles.
Trust me, he knows.
Hello. I bet he does.
Hey, it's okay. What happened to you?
Okay, I'll stay back with those girls. Everybody else come with me. To where?
Just trying to lead them somewhere.
Looks like we're doing that Lassie thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess so.
What is it? What is it, boy?
Oh, someone in that tractor.
Oh.
Fill me.
Ladder
Oh, God.
126, we're gonna need you to move to our position ASAP.
Get me some saline, alcohol, and a scalpel for a fasciotomy. The swelling's too severe. It's cutting off the blood flow to your leg.
I don't want to watch
I have
this.
to relieve the pressure now. Okay. Feel some pressure.
Oh, no, I don't. This is why I struggle watching things like Grey's Anatomy and ER and things like that, because they're just. Some of it's a bit grim.
Wait, hey, Peanut. Come here, boy.
Peanut.
Oh, that is so not sanitary.
Word of advice? Keep an eye on Billy.
You saying I shouldn't trust him with our scorecard?
I'm saying he can be a little bit slippery.
Knew it.
What you're doing?
Oh, do tell.
You're poisoning the well of a potential friendship.
No, baby.
Why would I do that?
You really gonna make me say it? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. You told me you guys used to have a thing.
Oh,
Who
creep.
said I was the one scorned?
Firefighters may relocate occupants to another part of the building.
More copyrighted music. I'm gonna have to remove from YouTube. Honestly, it's like the burden of being a reactors. When I hear like music tracks, it's like crap. More crap I have to remove from the videos.
The range of an aerial ladder platform is 85 to 100 feet. The telescoping aerial ladders.
I would absolutely not be able to learn things from just listening to someone reading a book to me. Absolutely not.
Medical technique to remove an object from the throat.
Abdominal thrust.
At which phase of the fire is evidence collected?
Overhaul phase.
Damnedest thing is, if I hadn't gotten cancer, I'd have died that night on the rig. The rest of the boys from 126.
I want to like this guy, but
Might have been the best thing that ever happened to me.
with what? I should say with what Liv said, Michelle.
Combustible metals are classified
I
as
just
what
don't-
type of
I don't
fuel
know.
class
Seeing that test, knowing what could happen if I fail,
that you wash out? You can't put that kind of pressure on yourself.
that I get deported.
What?
Yeah. My parents brought me here when I was 2. I didn't even know I didn't have an American birth certificate until I was 17. Look, my DACA status is up for renewal, and if I don't pass this test, I won't have a job or any employable skills.
Aww. That
I don't know
sucks.
what I'll do if they kick me out.
It sucks like to get a job. I'm
feeling the pressure.
The way the world works confuses me.
The trick I learned from the Stoics. Whenever you get stressed, just remind yourself
death.
that soon you're gonna die anyway. Everybody will.
Oh, I don't like that thought. I know people use that
Is
logic,
that supposed
but
to make me feel better?
it doesn't work for me.
When you're in fight or flight,
Well, as long as it's old school Obi-Wan and not that weak-ass Qui-Gon Jinn.
I have no idea what any of that means.
I think that's the new
But
films,
I
right? The
am
newer
gonna be
films.
in there with you,
No.
by your side.
My boyfriend's a Star Wars person,
The
not me.
Clint, you all right? Clint!
No.
Thought you didn't like cigars.
I don't like them. I love them.
Well, then fire one up, my friend.
You got cancer, I wouldn't.
Got lung cancer. Damn. I'm sorry as hell to hear that, Owen. You're doing chemo. On the job. What are you, Hercules?
Hardly. I almost passed out doing bench presses the other day. Yeah, I have to.
He's pushed
sneak
himself
off
a
to
bit
puke every
hard.
now and then, but I'm getting through it.
You know what that makes you, Owen?
What does that make me, Billy?
My damn hero.
It's been very unusual to have chemo because Anyone that I've ever known that's had chemo, it's probably like knocks you off your feet.
Deep breaths, Proby.
I had radiotherapy and I couldn't work.
What are you talking about? I have to read his exam to him.
We don't allow firefighters from the same house to proctor each other. It's academy policy.
No.
But in Miami,
This isn't Miami, sweetheart. Besides, he's more accustomed to my dulcet tones than yours anyhow.
Oh, Jesus.
You know this
Keep
guy?
it calm.
He was my old captain. He sucks.
Nobody's ever played the Disability Act card to retread their exam. Is the temperature okay for you? Can I get you a coffee, one of those fizzy waters?
No thanks, I'm okay.
It's called sarcasm, Einstein.
Jesus. You're meant to support the people that want to work with you, arsehole.
I kinda told him he'd be dead soon.
Whoa, that is dark, Proby.
Oh no, that's what Marjan taught me. Monumental morality, right?
You mean like the Sherlock Holmes guy?
I think some kids might have got lost in translation.
I got a 92%.
Hell yeah.
Just kidding.
It was all because of you, Marjan.
No, it was because of you, Mateo.
Hey, you call me Mateo.
Don't ruin it.
Strand, thanks for coming in on your day off.
Billy, New York.
He's told him he's got
Captain
chemo. He's doing
Tyson and I
chemo,
were
right?
buddies, and he happened to mention to me at the club how much he admired you fighting through your cancer diagnosis.
Sorry, bud. I didn't know you hadn't told him. You seem
Didn't
like such an
you?
above-the-board guy.
Likewise. So it's true.
I hate him. And I knew he was slippery the second he came on screen.
Captain Tyson has told me about these fainting spells and you getting sick on calls.
That's an exaggeration. I've been dealing with this for months without a complaint.
But it's not just your safety that I'm concerned about. If your fitness is in any way compromised, that puts your crew and the public at risk.
I'll run the CPAT. Only I'll do it in full PPEs.
You're going to do the entire cadet
That's a
physical
big-
ability test with an extra 75 of equipment on your back.
That's a big risk to take.
25-year-olds in peak condition can't do that.
No, then there'll be no doubt, will there?
I guess you've earned that chance.
What the hell was that? Some elaborate grudge play?
I promise you, it's nothing personal. Opportunity arose and I took it.
You already captained one of the biggest stations in Austin. What the hell are you throwing rocks at me for?
Because unlike you, all I ever cared about was the 126.
You're a shady little bitch, is what you
And now
are.
you want to destroy it.
That was the 126.
It's not his fault that they died.
That's more than just a bunch of faces and names. That was my best friend. This is hallowed ground to me.
With all due respect to your brothers, the 126 is bigger than them. There's a new team now.
Yeah.
My team. You want my job?
You can try it, bitch. Sorry.
Come and take it.
I hope you kick his ass right to the curb.
Bad things are coming.
What an absolute arse. Ugh. Okay, that was my reaction to Now I'm on Lone Star, Season 1, Episode 6. Friends like these. And my God, that man infuriates me. I feel like a burning passion towards him. I don't know what it is about the actor. I've seen him in stuff before. I have no idea what it was, but I've seen him in something before. But the second he came on screen, something in my body was like, I don't like this guy. And just I think the backstory that we had of the guy, that he didn't like Owen just because of who Owen is in terms of runs a 126. People don't like, he wanted the 126. He now runs an even bigger and more like a larger department, but he wanted that specific one, so he didn't like Owen. Blah, 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 blah. Like a prejudgment of the person before you even know him just because you wanted his job. I straight away didn't like the guy. Saw his face. I just got a vibe like this guy. I know this guy. I've met this guy. I've met this shady person. This person who does shady, underhand things, who's nice to your face, but behind your back is working his way around to further his own goals. I've met that person. I work with that person. I work with one of those people. Ugh. Don't get me started on that because I'll be here all night. But there was just something about him that I was like, I can't trust this guy. He's going to be a dick. He's going to be horrible. He's not going to like Owen. He's going to be like an enemy. But then he befriended him straight away. He was like, I like that guy. Do you know, like when Owen kind of did the fake bluff thing during the poker game? And he was like, I like this guy. I was like, oh, okay, actually, you know what? Call me wrong. Calling me corrected. Maybe they're going to be friends. And this guy's actually going to respect Owen. And through their differences, are going to be good friends. There was still a part of me that thought, don't know if I trust him, but they were what they were. They seemed friendly, and they were going to go to golf together. And then, especially, it was when Liv came to him to say, yes, we used to have a thing, but do not trust him. The fact that Owen kind of put that down to her being an ex really bothered me, because it was like diminishing what she had to say. Like, oh, like, I used to have a thing. I was like, so? Like, she's proved that you can trust her as a person, at least so far. And you've known her a lot longer, a bit longer than you've known him, but somehow you're putting her feelings down. Not cool. But I was speaking of Michelle Bro briefly, because I'll have a lot to say. No more progress on the Irish storyline. Shocker. They're dragging this out and it's annoying me. Maybe next time. So, yeah, she warned him that he's slippery. Went to the golf game, all good. Even though some of the things that he was saying is a bit like, come on, this guy's not cool. I don't trust this guy. But it wasn't until they sat down at the restaurant and they bonded over like cancer diagnoses, and he said that he's in the middle of chemo, but he's still working, but he's had to throw up a few times, that he gave Billy was his name Billy? The ammunition to strike. And he got called in, and the second he got called into the office with the boss, and he was sat there, knew what was going on. He'd basically used that as leverage to get him out. And I don't know how to word this. So, in the original 911, if you've watched both shows, you know there's a storyline about a guy, one of the firefighters, who was very injured, wanted to come back to work, and someone stopped him, would come back to work because of his health problems. It's a very complicated storyline where the fandom is very divided in their opinion of should he be working or not. I was of the opinion that maybe he shouldn't be working because his health is, but maybe the doctor's gone, things are okay, but they weren't like 100% okay. Like he collapsed at a party and all these things. So at that time and place, he wasn't safe enough to work. And so I was on the side that, you know, maybe he shouldn't be working right now, right? But the fandom is divided. This storyline kind of reminded me of that because is Captain Strand well enough to work? I don't know. He's doing this whole thing to prove that he's okay to work, to do the CPAP thing with the was it PPE, whatever. I can't remember what he said. He's doing to do lots of tests with extra equipment on, which is a really hard thing to do to prove that he's well enough to work. Now, part of me agrees that maybe he shouldn't be working because he's in the middle of chemotherapy. That's a huge thing on your body, and maybe you shouldn't be working during that because you're not at 100%. You're just not. Like there's no argument about that. And so if they said to him, "Look, you're not well enough to work. You're in the middle of chemo. We're going to stop you working for a bit," I would understand that, and I wouldn't disagree with that. What annoys me is how it's all come about. That it wasn't because he went to them and said, "Look, I'm going through this health problem. I've had a few hiccups, or I'm struggling a little bit. I think I'm okay to work, but I need to let you know." And they said, "For now, no." I would absolutely understand that and be on board with the whole storyline. But the fact that it all came about because this little shady little snake went behind his back, not to protect him, but to get the station out from underneath him, really pisses me off. So I have complex thoughts that maybe he shouldn't be working because he's in the middle of chemo. Like, I've had family go through chemo. I've been through radiotherapy myself. I know that radiotherapy knocked me off my feet. So chemo can only be worse. Now, he seems to be going through this wonderful type of chemo where he seems to be okay to work. Great. Good for you. There's just a part of me that when he said things like, "I've had to go off and throw up a few times," okay, well, that's risky. I feel like everyone's going to have a different opinion on it, similar to the book storyline in 911, that if he proves that he can work, why should he not work? And I do sort of agree at the same time, but that's why there should be strict rules in place when it comes to sickness and things. But if he proves that he's fully fit to work, then fine, great. But obviously it is risky, middle of chemo. My main thoughts on it is, if he can work it, he should work. Risky maybe, but if he proves that he's okay to do the job, fine. It just annoys me that it's all come about because this little snaky little bitch has done it because he wants their 126. I hate him so much. And the fact that he was lying to him to be his friend, to get dirt on him, and I saw the opportunity and I took it. What, are you in high school? Like, you want this specific station because obviously they were your team, like you should have been there but you had cancer, so you were at home, so you weren't in the fire. Great, that's lucky, you're very lucky. And it's very sad for you that you lost a lot of people that you care about. Very sad. And I agree with Owen though, that when he said like it's very sad that they died, but the station moves on. Unfortunately, it does. And they've got a new team right now, and they respect the old team. They've got the pictures up on the wall every day because they respect the old team, and the fact that even Judd has been okay with it and processed it and understood it shows that like it's just this guy being a little petulant child and not dealing with his grief. And I'm not saying that I sympathise with him, because I don't. Like I sympathise with what you went through, but not with how you're dealing with it and how you're choosing to move on. And yes, I can understand if you walk in and see all these new things there, it does feel a little bit like this is not our station. I get that from a reactionary point of view. But get a grip. Get a grip. You got a very good job. Yes, your heart might be somewhere else, but this is not the way to do it. Like, you get that fire station now because of what you've done and the way you've gone about it. That team are not going to be your team. But they'll work there because they have to, but they're not going to support you in the way that they support other people. They're not going to be like the family unit that the 126 are right now. And yeah, I hate that character. I'm hoping that he does this CPAP thing. No, I think CPAP's like a breathing thing, isn't it, for that sleeping, what's it called? I don't know, but you know what I mean. What was I going to say? Yeah, I dislike him. I liked him on this episode. The scene at the end when he stood up to the guy and was like, "Bring it." I was like, absolutely. I would say bring it. Then I headbutt him if it was me, but that's because I really don't like people like that. Like, they make me burn with rage. Those kind of childish, immature stuff. But anyway, on a positive note, speaking of family, speaking of our great team, Proby, Mateo passed his exam with the help of our team. It was so cute that they all bonded together. They all did the recordings, they all tested him, they all trained him, and we're hard on him, but you have to be like that to get him through it. Not just because he's failed the test before, but if he fails it this time, he's going to be deported. So it is that tough love of, in the middle of your exercises, we're going to test you. When you're asleep, we're going to wake you up and test you. Because we need you to get through this, we need you to pass this test, because you're part of our team. And it didn't help at like the last minute when Marjan was going to go and read it to him, because he's dyslexic, when the guy that was actually going to do it was an awful human being. That guy is... You see it in all sorts of walks of life, all people in businesses, in companies, whatever. Someone who gets to the top, who has to test you or train you or is in charge of you or manage you, they're sometimes really horrible people, and they're really rude and aggressive, and sometimes like, they got to the top because they're no nonsense and they take no crap. I get that, there's got to be an element of that, but why would you not support someone that wants to do well, that wants to be a firefighter, that wants to save lives, that wants to be out there on their daily basis, risking their life to save people? Why would you be rude to that person? Why would you test them in a way that's fundamentally going to make them panic, that's going to make them overthink, that's going to make them potentially do worse? And luckily, Proby had enough good training and testing and support from his team that he smashed it. 92%, fucking incredible. Sorry, my poor language. This episode really frustrated me, like some of these characters, but it really infuriated me. But luckily, Proby, little fucking cutie, he just got such a cute face. I just want to grab his cheeks. He's so cute. He's got a great team behind him, and it was what I wanted at the start of the episode, which was learn more about Proby, because we had the Portal episode last week, the episode a couple of weeks ago where we learned a bit more about Marjan. We've had Judd in a few times. Proby was kind of the only one from the main group that we've not really spent a lot of time with till this episode, where we learned a bit more about his family life in terms of came over, he didn't have a birth certificate, so he has to do this unless he gets deported. So that was really sad to hear, but nice to spend more time with him. And luckily, great team around him. Marjan, queen, absolute queen. She was such a supportive character. I'm really falling in love with her character. And I just like this team as a whole. I still think right now my heart lies with the original team, for sure. But I'm definitely liking this team a lot. And I like the diversity and how they are definitely becoming more close-knit, which is why I think I'm falling in love with them. Like with the old team, as we started to get to know them all, we got to fall more in love with them, and I'm getting there with this team. And yeah, we had some really intense, dramatic scenes in this episode. The opening scene, which obviously related to the title Friends Like These, where we had these two friends that hadn't seen each other for years, and one of them was like, oh, like maybe we should hang out again. The other one kind of binned her off, and we kind of learned very quickly that kind of was how their relationship ended. She wanted to keep doing this thing they did every weekend, which is where they get together, watch Lord of the Rings or whatever, and this person grew out of their friendship and moved on and wanted to do other things, and the other one still harboured some sort of anger towards it, I guess, because obviously very quickly they started to argue with each other, and there was the crash, and luckily the other one saved her friend's life, and that was really sweet. I thought if they're going to die, that's going to make me really sad, because deep down they're friends, and I would hope that maybe after this, not that they're real people, I know that, but maybe after this they would see each other again, because they had a great, like, I've got friends that I used to hang out with a lot when I was a kid. We used to watch a lot of movies together, play computer games. I would love to have that back. I remember we had a group of friends that I was with in high school. There's 4 guys, me and these 3 guys that we used to have sleepovers. We used to play a lot of like James Bond games, like the multiplayer games of that. And I would love to have that again. Like just the 4 of us to get back together and just have, like, catch up on life and have old times where we were just did stupid shit and play games, but ultimately like people do grow apart and I don't speak to any of them anymore, and that's sad, but you know, there's life, unfortunately. It was nice that she got to save her life, and the dog on the tractor, oh my god. I thought, because this show is the way it is, like with the tornado episode, where you actually end up saving this one person, but then the other person dies. I thought if that guy in the tractor ends up getting out okay, and they save his life, but then the dog dies, I am turning it off. I am walking away, I am not watching it, but luckily, they're good friends. Peanut was his best friend and helped save his life. And they all survived. That was really cute. So I liked how, with like the friendship in the cars, the friend between the dog and the guy, and how this friendship between the 2 captains, which ultimately was not a friendship, how it all links to the title. That's what I like about how 911 and Lone Star, when they have a title which just seems so generic, like Friends Like This, or we've had ones in the original show like Trapped, or like Studs, and there's sometimes just generic words or phrases, but once you've watched the episode, it relates to so many different storylines. Yeah, I like how they do that. I think that's really smart. I don't think there's anything else this episode that I really want to talk about. There was Owen with that horrible man. Michelle warned him. He revealed his true colours towards the end about the cancer. The main other storyline was Mateo going through the tests. So I think, yeah, that's the main things I wanted to talk about, but I really enjoyed this episode. I'm really enjoying this show. It's a nice... It's weird to say it's an easy watch because it emotionally devastates me a lot. The 911 series as a whole. And I really hope at some point they do another spin-off as well, because I never really caught up with shows like CSI, you know, where it was like, I watched a bit of CSI, but I didn't really catch up with Miami and New York and all that, so I'd like a big franchise to get stuck into and have all these crossovers. Like, my mum watches one that's, what was she telling me about? She watches Chicago something. She said there's like Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and like another one. So I like the fact there's like multiple franchises that all cross over, so I wonder if they're ever planning to do a 911 something else. That would be cool. But I'm thinking way too far ahead. I've got multiple seasons of each show to catch up on. So, yeah, really enjoying it so far. Hope you enjoyed the videos too. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are well. Enjoying the videos. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of Season 1, Episode 6. Friends Like These. And if you're enjoying these reactions as we're reaching... We've got 4 episodes left of Season 1. And there'll be Season 1 will be done. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Take a look at the Patreon link down below to watch a full reaction to these episodes if you're watching over on YouTube. And you get a bunch of episodes ahead of YouTube as well. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you all very soon for Episode 7 of Season 1 of 911 Lone Star. Bye guys. Take care. Stay safe.